Hi guys. Today we are not doing we're doing live, but not a video. But I'm going to show you some of the things we did. So I'm going to thanks for joining. All of you around the world. I really appreciate it. Um, um, it is an honor for me that you are all joined to listen. It is interesting things. We are very different than what you see in the regular sites. We are doing a different kind of science that is very useful for innovations. Particularly, we are behind the scenes. What it takes to do a healthcare innovation, either it's a process or a device or a pharmaceutical drug. The things behind it, the science behind it, just the concepts. We're not going to the research here. We just introduce the concepts, and that's it. That's what is our goal is. Um, so I I'm going to just play with you. The play with videos, not play with you. My English is all screwed up sometimes. Um, Let me play you the play you this the testimonials on the book. As you all know, I've written a book. Science is not a subject. Science must be a lifestyle. So I got a great reviews. I wanted to show you that book testimonials, and then a lot of doctors and scientists gave. Please bear with me. In 1 second. Um, Bear with me. Just it has to. Yeah. I hope you can see it. Go to that and play with it.
Science is real. We brought vaccines with unprecedented speed to face the present global pandemic. But it is not possible without the help of great giants of science and medicine from the past. We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags, and endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine through our unique campaign called Daily Wear for Medicine. This is Jennifer, Vice President of Branding at MedBricks. Microsoft founder Bill says, reading about history of science and learning about scientists of the past are an integral part of understanding and appreciating the true science.
If you want to learn science, reading the history of scientists and the story of scientists about when they were confused and what tools or insights allowed them to make the progress they make. So you have the timeline, or you have the map, or you have the branches of science and what's known and what's not. So incremental knowledge is so much easier to maintain in a rich way.
Talking about scientists, Mary Curie certainly is on top of the list. Despite public shaming about her affair with a colleague, she won the Nobel Prize twice. She designed the first ever medical mobile X-ray trailer called Petite Curie. It saved countless lives during World War I and subsequent wars. She was a prolific scientist and a true feminist of her time. C.V. Raman, scientist from India, and his discovery, called Raman scattering, is fast becoming an invaluable instrument of a diagnostic tool in medical imaging. His discovery is omnipresent in every area of medicine. Paul Durick of England scribbled a mathematical.
I don't know whether you can see the video or not, but I pray that there still is technology. I'm playing with the technology, so I'm not sure. Um, Um, my kid is playing. Um, yeah.
Equation that paved the way for present-day medical wonder called Positron Emission Tomography. It is referred to as PET scan, which is widely used in detecting tumors and cancers with the utmost precision. History might have forgotten Dr. Yella Pragada Subaru, but his contributions to the world of medicine is hidden everywhere. This Indian-born medical scientist created the first ever chemotherapy drug called methotrexate that saved countless children with leukemia. Now, the drug is being widely used for other types of cancers. It is also used in the treatment of ectopic pregnancies, rheumatoid arthritis, and several other conditions. He is instrumental in creating the first broad-spectrum antibiotic drug called tetracycline. Let us bring this iconic man, Dr. Yella Pragada Subaru.
I don't know why. Let me. I'm going to play back right back. I'm checking a little bit why it is not playing that. God, I made a mistake. This is I'm playing at the price. It is really. Sorry about that. It is okay. Now I got it. I'm going to play from the beginning. Sorry about that. You know, you need to. This is not easy to do these things. It's really frustrating in the technology. They say AI takes over. We cannot do basic stuff. You need to know 20 steps.
We brought
But anyway,
science is real. We
please.
brought vaccines with unprecedented speed to face the present global pandemic. But it is not possible without the help of great giants of science and medicine from the
God.
past. We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags,
God
and
damn.
endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine.
I gave up.
Through our unique campaign called
I had to fix
Daily
this
Wear for
problem.
Medicine. This is Jennifer, Vice President of Branding at MedBricks. Microsoft
hours and hours, and I had that opportunity. As a matter of fact, it was a great honor to have him, to spend so much time with him over the years when he was here in Silicon Valley with me, not only just going to the social functions and doing the festivals together, political empowerment, and of course culturally, having the next generation learn about our culture, our values, our heritage. So but one thing which you can see the depth of knowledge he has and the passion he has to talk about it. A lot of people have wealth of knowledge, but they don't want to share it with anybody. But he's one person who will keep encouraging you, inspiring you, and then you get sort of caught into the whole thing. And he can talk about any topic, any subject, anytime. And I'm so glad that he's put this together rather than going here and there. He's put them into in a book, and which has become even more inspiring, especially for our next generation or generations to come. Those who are interested in medicine or science as such, I think it's going to be very, very useful. And I'm glad, and we'll try to help him and you, Jennifer, to really promote it as much as we can so that the next generation can learn. We learn from the past, and that, if you start thinking out of the box like Ramana does, I think that's what makes it happen. The innovations and everything else, the examples he's given, what he's talking about, the first cardiologists out there, what calcium channel blockers, come from a tree, was a poisonous tree, and then a lot of those things actually in our good old Shastras, Vedas, we have a lot of these herbs, out of which many of these chemicals have come out, the drugs have come out, and it's amazing how we can go back, even with the genes, you have these Nobel Prize winners you're talking about, Argovind Khurana. He comes from my state back home, I come from the same place, and how he could synthesize a gene in the lab itself. It's just amazing how these things are going to encourage other people to do a lot more research, come up with more innovations, and change the world. I mean, that's a real transformation out there, and especially the whole motto, like science, making it a lifestyle. If you can start thinking that way rather than a very complex and tedious thing, if you can simplify it that way and adopt it as a lifestyle, I tell you, that's a great concept. I wish him all the best, and all of you, and then we are all together in this whole venture and initiative which you have taken. And if anything we can do, we'd love to join.
Yeah, I think that this book is really something super cool. I think that the way it's written is engaging, and it lends to a broader audience. Something to when you pair with the apparel, it's kind of funny and cool. I think it can be a big hit with colleges and certain departments within college campuses, and really even like AP students who want to get into that mindset, and any curious thinkers really. So I just appreciate the way it's written and how it's structured for a broader and young audience.
I met Ramana a couple of 3 years ago before COVID. And what impressed me about him was that he could look at things differently. So everybody's so settled in their way of capturing reality that they don't want to look at it from a different viewpoint. So I was impressed with his blockchain thoughts on with MedBricks, and realized quite profoundly to me that if you can put where you were in time, okay, in geography on a GPS, nobody can be there but you. If you could tie that into something you owned or bought at that time.
So I think I was really delighted with the book, because a lot of books that I pick up are either voluminous and they're hard to read, or they're very narrow. So this is a lightweight book that really broadens the concepts. It's like 3 minutes on each concept, and there's a whole bunch of great concepts. And the idea of then connecting them to historical figures throughout the globe just made them more alive. I've been I have a 4-year-old granddaughter, and I've been reading a book to her about gravity. I started about a year ago, and that's one of her favorite topics now. She wants to know the apple falling on the head. She's put that clip on for me on YouTube. And so she is really enamored with this. So there is a way of really igniting this passion for science. And I think your book is a tremendous vehicle. I would love to help in any way that I can, making introductions and other ways to promote it. It's a gem. I think it can be really a landmark in terms of education, science education.
You have your book has videos, your book have links. I haven't seen a book that is that active in multimedia sort of a book. So I understand it's very tough what you did, and I was myself googling. Hey, did methotrexate was invented by this doctor? And oh yeah, there we go. So I didn't know anything about it. So thank you for the history lessons and things. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to learn.
So thank you. This has been good though. I'm glad I joined. I think you did a great job of explaining everything, and I can't wait to give it a read.
One of our goals is to bring hard to understand concepts in science and math, creating curiosity with our patented 3-minute reads and lifestyle designs for new ideas and innovations. Science is not a subject, Science Must Be a Lifestyle is a book by Ramana Annamaraju. This lifestyle starts with history. Here's our ebook cover, it's so awesome. Here we have lots of merchandise, one of which is coffee cup. So it's got our Daily Wear for Medicine logo, and it has one of the logos for one of the 3-minute short reads. And you can get one for each one if you'd like. We've got t-shirts and bags. Here's one of the bags. This has a Florence Nightingale on it. So she has a great little story too. And you know what? Please join us in helping us create curiosity.
Hello, my name is Ramana Annamaraju. I'm going to introduce you to one of the most enigmatic and elusive concepts in the entire field of science from my book, Science is Not a Subject, Science Must Be a Lifestyle. The concept is called entropy. I'm focusing on one aspect of entropy related to information and its connection with the present-day healthcare challenges. Entropy is like a ghost, but it is a mean one. You don't see it, you cannot talk to it, it never leaves you, it threatens your job, it tries to destroy your health, it affects your performance, it follows you wherever you go and whatever you do. You feel and see only its destruction. It is not your competitor you need to worry about this elusive ghost. It is your enemy number one. Please pay attention, it makes a difference in your career, in your job and your duties. If you are a policymaker, you have to understand the impact of money and the economy of your citizens. If you are the CEO of a healthcare system, you have to be concerned about access and equity for all your members. And if you are a software engineer, you need to analyze simplicity versus complexity
with your user experience design. As I mentioned before, entropy is your number one enemy. It is true what they say, know your enemy first, then you can come up with a strategy to deal with it. We need to start with the question how much you know and how much you don't know about a system you're working on. This is not some philosophical or a new age question. You have to quantify with the numbers. It is a scientific question to the core. The answer is not that easy. Fortunately, there was a guy smarter than all of us, gave a stunning insight. His name is Ludwig Boltzmann, an Austrian physicist, lived in the latter part of 1800s, came up with a statistical formula for known versus unknown. It is not just a formula, it is a law, second law of thermodynamics. In urban slang, we call it as a law of entropy. The law is not limited to known versus unknown, it is present everywhere, materials and processes and even life itself. Entropy is a true measure of your ignorance of a system. You may say, I don't know a lot of things, but I know what I know, and what I don't know, I don't know. This statement may seem right before you know about the law of entropy. The law of entropy says the unknown does not sit idle. It is constantly attacking your known systems. Entropy wants you to become ignorant and leaves you in constant confusion. It creates a chaos, your understanding of any system dwindling every day by law of entropy. Only way out is to fight it. Entropy is a tough concept to comprehend. I will do my best here with a simple example. You see a picture of a teacup with the 2 sugar cubes in the bottom, and the top teacup is mixed with the sugar. Adding 2 cubes of sugar makes you happier, but your happiness does not come for free. I know sugar prices are going up. Still worse, the law of entropy says your ignorance is also going up. You have known knowledge that there are 2 sugar cubes. Since you know something makes the bottom cup low entropy state. Now, when you mix the sugar, you turn the simple system into a complex system. Even if I ask you, you cannot get sugar cubes back. Sugar is melted away and you lost all the information about the sugar cubes. The irreversibility of the process increases the state of entropy. In a split second, you made the top cup in a higher entropy state. Known system became an unknown. Just it applies to a teacup, this irreversibility is evident everywhere and everything you do. A simple realization that if you create a process for your company with some data variables, the complexity slowly seeps in. It means you lost control of your process and the information becomes chaotic. But if you keep tabs on what it takes to reverse the process to the initial state, it saves you time, money, and energy. You are keeping the ghost of entropy at bay. Life itself is a low entropy system. Zoom in or zoom out, your cells to your entire body do hand-to-hand combat with the law of entropy to keep you healthy and alive. Your number one enemy is waiting at outskirts of your life and your company. Boltzmann revealed this book of knowledge and wisdom about the universe with his famous equation. He could not convince his peers about his theory. Later, Boltzmann committed suicide, and his famous formula was written on his tombstone. Devil also, like numbers. Chaos may be its nickname, but it is speaking the nature's language, that is mathematics. Cancer is cellular chaos. There is no diagnostic equipment can measure the exact progression, but with the entropy algorithms, you can extract patterns from seemingly chaotic information. One such algorithm came from an unrelated field, football, yes, game of soccer. Soccer fanatics wanted to know who is going to win the World Cup that is being held every 4 years. The fans include a number of scientists. They created an algorithm called World Cup Optimization Algorithm. I don't know how much it is useful in predicting the World Cup winner, but it is helping to detect and predict the progression of cancer. They are testing with the cancer of melanoma and breast cancer. Boltzmann gave the formula for entropy, but a brilliant mathematician and engineer at the Bell Labs, which became AT&T now, gave a different twist to the concept of entropy. His name is Claude Elwood Shannon. The theory bears his name. It is called Shannon Entropy. According to Shannon, the information is central to all processes.
Did, which I think he's very widely known for, is this notion of a fundamental limit. No matter what you do, as long as you're working with a certain amount of bandwidth, and as long as you're dealing with signals that are only so strong in the face of noise that you confront, no matter what you do, you cannot transmit more than a certain rate. Today, that
here is one remarkable example how you can employ Shannon entropy to healthcare equity and access. The world of medicine made a huge progress in diagnostics and treatments, but healthcare delivery systems are not. A significant number of people on the planet don't see those benefits. Health inequities you can witness in rural and urban America's landscape, and worse, everywhere else. Health delivery system is riddled with complexities. It may be partially political, but it is also filled with logistical complexities. Variants like remote geography, disease burden, and economic backgrounds, to name a few. Where there is a complexity, law of entropy shines. Shannon entropy is successfully utilized by countries like Iran, Turkey, and Greece to address the inequities in healthcare delivery by allocating and utilizing existing resources more efficiently. Truly a remarkable tribute to human mind how an obscure 18th century physicist from Austria and 21st century brilliant mathematician from MIT can help humanity by discovering the hidden laws of nature. Thank you for listening. You can read in my book further. Science is not a subject, science must be a lifestyle.
Science is real. We brought vaccines with unprecedented speed to face the present global pandemic. But it is not possible without the help of great giants of science and medicine from the past. We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags, and endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine through our unique campaign called Daily Wear for Medicine. This is Jennifer, Vice President of Branding at MedBricks. Microsoft founder Bill Gates says, reading about history of science and learning about scientists of the past are an integral part of understanding and appreciating the true science.
If you want to learn science, reading the history of scientists and the story of scientists about when they were confused and what tools or insights allowed them to make the progress they make. So you have the timeline, or you have the map, or you have the branches of science and what's known and what's not known. So incremental knowledge is so much easier to maintain in a rich way.
Talking about scientists, Marie Curie certainly is on top of the list. Despite public shaming about her affair with a colleague, she won the Nobel Prize twice. She designed the first ever medical mobile X-ray trailer called Petite Curie. It saved countless lives during World War I and subsequent wars. She was a prolific scientist and a true feminist of her time. C.V. Raman, scientist from India, and his discovery, called Raman scattering, is fast becoming an invaluable instrument of a diagnostic tool in medical imaging. His discovery is omnipresent in every area of medicine. Paul Dirac of England scribbled a mathematical equation that paved the way for present-day medical wonder called Positron Emission Tomography. It is referred to as PET scan, which is widely used in detecting tumors and cancers with the utmost precision. History might have forgotten Dr. Yelapragada Subbarao, but his contributions to the world of medicine is hidden everywhere. This Indian-born medical scientist created the first ever chemotherapy drug called methotrexate that saved countless children with leukemia. Now, the drug is being widely used for other types of cancers. It is also used in the treatment of ectopic pregnancies, rheumatoid arthritis, and several other conditions. He is instrumental in creating the first broad-spectrum antibiotic drug called tetracycline. Let us bring this iconic man, Dr. Yelapragada Subbarao, who comes from a small town from the state of Andhra Pradesh, India, to the front lines of world history through Daily Wear for Medicine t-shirts. With extraordinary data analytical skills, might have been known as a lady with a lamp in the history books. She was the first woman to use population health analytics to fight infectious diseases. That is Florence Nightingale. British-born aristocrat Florence Nightingale championed the welfare of wounded British soldiers during the Crimean War. She put forward a detailed sanitation infrastructure plan for India to prevent mosquito-bitten malaria and other communicable diseases. She is a brainy mathematician who happened to be a nurse with unbounded compassion to fellow humans. We at Daily Wear for Medicine honor Florence Nightingale through this t-shirt representing every nurse and nursing student following their footsteps of the Nightingale Pledge. We at MedBricks are bringing these remarkable stories through visual art with our patented designs called Daily Wear for Medicine. T-shirts, conference bags, and other forms of merchandise are available through popular online networks. Creating visual art is one of the defining characteristics of the human species. We hope it creates awareness and reiterates confidence in the field of medicine, particularly in times of crisis we are in. We hope you join us in this journey in paying tribute to the contributions made by scientists and physicians alike. Thank you for watching. You can wear it, carry it, and give it.